my name is Virgie Rivera. I am 24 years old, and today's topic is going to be how I manage my polyistic ovarian syndrome. I was diagnosed with polyistic ovarian syndrome when I was 18 years old. What took me to the doctor to get testing was I hadn't had a period for 5 months, and my boyfriend at the time, which is now my husband, said, "You need to go get checked out." So when I went to the doctors, they did blood works and an ultrasound, and like 3 days later I get a call from them and they say, "You need to come in, we need to see you, your labs came back and they're irregular." So then I'm freaking out the whole time. I come in and they tell me, "You have polyistic ovarian syndrome." And they explained to me that my testosterone levels were right here, my estrogen levels were way down here. And that's not normal. And the saddest thing about that day was what they told me before I left. They had said that I wasn't going to be able to conceive a baby without assistance, which, as you know, is false because I have the most beautiful rainbow baby, which is 18 months old. She's not a baby anymore, she's a toddler. She's currently a sleeper. I also had a prank her in here to show you guys her beautifulness. She's so, she's in my world. But anyway, they had told me that I would never be able to conceive without help. And I remember crying and being so sad because at the time I was only 18 and there is nothing more I wanted than to be married and have a family. And I got to my boyfriend's house and I just started crying. He's like, "It's just one doctor's opinion." So I saw a specialist and then she explained to me that there's ways to manage polyistic ovarian syndrome. And one of the ways that she had me manage for at least 2 years was birth control. I went from weighing about 160, 170 to 210 pounds within a year because of birth control. Not only did she not explain to me the side effects of the birth control and all that can happen with the birth control, but she also did not explain to me that with PCOS, side effects are doubled. Because I'm putting hormones into my body when my body is already irregular with hormones. My body doesn't know what to do with those hormones. So we got off of birth control for a while. And then I was prescribed metformin. I believe that's how it's called. I just call it the medicine that made me sick. I was constantly sick with that medicine. I didn't lose weight, but I was always sick. Vomiting, diarrhea. It just was not a good mix. So I let her know that the medicine was not working. It just made me sick, and she's like, "Oh, that's a side effect, give it a few months." It's like, I don't want to be sick for a few months. I have a life to live. I have dances to go to, and I wanted to parties, and no, not with that medicine. So I stopped them, and a few years later, I went to the doctor, and they're like, "Well, there's nothing we can do. You don't want to take the birth control. You don't want the metformin, which is supposed to help." So I went online and started researching. Have you ever heard of Vitex or myoinositol? Go ahead and comment below. You're going to hear more about it today as I'm talking, but let me know if you've tried it and your side effects. For me, myoinositol was awesome. I'm still currently taking a form of myoinositol and Vitex also. And I'm going to show you my product right now, but before I do, sorry, I'm looking at my little list to talk about. I want to make sure everybody knows that this is not an ad, and I am just showing you these products because I absolutely love them, and I've been on them now. My daughter's 18 months old, and I've been on them since she was 15 months, so going on 4 months. So the herbs that I take are from Pink Stork. I don't know if you've ever heard of the brand. I ordered them from Amazon for the free shipping, of course. But for the first I'm going to show you, it's called Fertility. And it's got Vitex and myoinositol and a whole bunch of other herbs that are really good for the reproductive system. And this has helped balance my hormones so many ways. And another side effect, wow, I'm sorry. Another good side about these are I went from taking 8 pills a day to just 2 because these not only have the myoinositol and the Vitex and all the other herbs, but they also have your daily multivitamin, which, how can you say no to that? I was spending $16 on my Vitex, $20 on my Incital, and then another $20 for my vitamin. Now I just paid $30 a month for all of it in one bottle, and I have noticed my cycles went from, okay, before I had my daughter, they were 60 to 80 days, and then they went down. When I started this, I was still on started birth control again when I started the Vitex and my Incital. I was told to just give it a try to see what happens and to take the Incital and Vitex with it. And so my cycles, when I was on birth control, my cycles were never regular. So when I started taking these with the birth control, my cycles went from 60 to 80 days again, down to 25 to 30 days. After I had my daughter, in September 2017, my periods were back normal. They were 67 to 80 days cycles, anywhere between then. I think my longest was 85 days without a period. And I started taking these again. These I didn't take before I had her. I was just taking all 3 pills separately. But I researched and found this amazing company, which has brought my cycles back down to 25 days a month, which is awesome, especially if you're like me and you worry about, what am I doing wrong? What did I eat too much sugars this month? Am I eating too many carbs? And but these are also, if you have an allergy, like a gluten allergy, a nut allergy, these are nut-free, gluten-free, GMO-free. Let me read all the things that they are free of. No wheat, no sugars, no colors, no animal products, no preservatives. And so they're vegetarian. Like, that's awesome. So the next product that I take, and I'm going to urge you, if you're not on a probiotic right now, to please go and buy yourself a probiotic. My doctor, I think it was my gynecologist, that told me after I had my daughter to start taking a probiotic because of the gut health and all the importance that gut health actually is. Your gut plays a big part of everything. And so if you have headaches, high blood pressure, taking a probiotic is supposed to help because apparently your gut plays a big part in it. So I take the Pink Stork probiotic, and I tried 4 probiotics before these, and these started working on day 4. So before I started taking these, I was super bloated. I had heartburn. No, I wasn't pregnant when I started taking these, if you're wondering. I don't know what it's called. I just have constant heartburn. But these have taken all of that away. I'm no longer bloated. I'm no longer gassy. TMI. Sorry, you guys. But for else, I recommend taking a probiotic. So those are the 2 things that I use to help with my daily manage of PCOS. Not everybody's PCOS is the same. Some people are different. Not everybody has the facial hair growth. I know a lot of people that when they are newly diagnosed with PCOS, they start looking up things on Google. Our best friend is Google, right? No. Not everybody has the hair growth. Not everybody has those cysts on their ovaries, which sadly I have the cysts on my ovaries, and there are months when I look like I'm huge and pregnant. When I'm not, they're just ovarian cysts, which sucks. I have pain medicine to help manage it, but they won't do anything for them because I don't want to take the birth control. But if you guys have any comments or want to know anything specific about my PCOS, go ahead and comment below, and I want to know a little bit more about your PCOS. So if you're newly diagnosed, go ahead and comment below what the doctor said about your levels and all that. And there's another thing that I noticed that I have. I don't know if everybody with PCOS has the sleeping problem. I don't know if it's just my stress, my life. I've always had a problem falling asleep. And when I was doing my research for Pink Stork, before I decided to purchase anything, I actually fell in love with their tea. They have a calm tea, which has chamomile, lavender, rosehip, and skullcap. After 1 cup of this, I pass out. And I toss and turn all night if I don't drink it, or I'm somewhere else and I forget to bring it with me. But yeah, let me know below if you also have a sleep problem, because I wonder if that's to do with my PCOS. I've never brought it up with my doctor. I probably should. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I'm able to help somebody. If you have any questions about Vitex or myoinsitol, be sure that you check with your doctor. And I'm also going to say really quick, if you have irregular periods, please do not take Vitex. A lot of women that have regular periods take Vitex, and it messes with their cycles. There is a reason for that. Vitex is to help women that don't have cycles get cycles. Which I know that's weird that it would mess up a cycle, but it messes with your hormones. It's trying to even things out, and if you take it when you have a regular period, expect not to have one for at least 2 months, because it's trying to figure out, like, why are you taking me? Like, your levels are... So it's trying to figure out where it belongs in your system. Just so you guys know. Thank you again so much for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to comment below and subscribe for future videos, and especially my beautiful daughter. I can't wait to introduce her to everybody and for everybody to get to know her, because she is amazing. And if you want to go subscribe or follow her on Instagram, it's Abigail Rivera. She's an amazing 18-month-old little girl. She's beautiful. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck, and have a great night. Yellow. Green. What color is that? Yellow. Good job.